We're good.
Go, go, big fat dubs. Welcome to the big fat dubs. Bracketology episode 1. Bam! Welcome to the big fat dubs. Bracketology. We're going to start a new series, Bracketology. Kelly and I have been talking about this for a while. And what better to start off with for us than best cartoons of the 90s? So how does this work? It's so anyone that's not familiar with March Madness, this is kind of where you get bracketologies all from. But we have so we found this list online, and we are going to put this out like that. So we have it broken down into 4 categories. There is Cartoon Network, Fox Kids, and if you scroll down a little bit more, we have Afternoon Cartoon Block, which looks like a lot of Disney / Warner Brothers stuff, and then Nickelodeon. If you guys seen our channels before, we are big fans of especially nerd community stuff, superheroes, anime, stuff like that. And going into, we watched a lot of cartoons. Kelly has rewatched a lot of old cartoons as of lately. Actually, we're both, and he's kind of started. I kind of jumped in. We're both watching Dragon Ball Z again. I've started Teen Titans, Batman the Animated Series.
My purpose is because, when you're a kid, you don't always understand what the whole story is. Back then, you're just like, oh my god, Scooby-Doo!
Yep.
Oh, Batman, he's awesome! But there's actually a story being told, especially in a series like you just said, like Dragon Ball Z. It's a story that, continues on, like stuff like that. So now that we're older, it's good to go back and learn, okay, what was actually the whole story between all this besides it being like a big action series or storytelling or what did we learn today?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So it's been interesting these last few years as we've been living here to go back and rewatch it. It was like I said with the Disney Plus, Netflix, and all the stream services that's been provided, stuff like that from the 90s, even the early 2000s, and just stuff we enjoyed as kids. But now it's like, okay, what actually happened?
And so what sucks about Fox Kids is so I grew up watching Fox Kids a lot. I think you did as well.
Mm-hmm.
The downside of Fox Kids though is that they had a lot of great cartoons, as you see. Their biggest ones though, the ones that aren't going to be on this, is obviously Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Beetleborgs, VR Troopers, Saban kind of era stuff. So you won't see any live action stuff. This is strictly cartoons. I think so what we'll do is we're going to go through all the first rounds. So the ones that are already listed on the sides there, we're going to go through all the first rounds, and then we're going to go into the second rounds matchups until we get our final 4 and our championship match, and we will find out a winner of the Big Fat Dubs Bracketology. How this will work, Kelly and I we're going to go through the picks. We're going to do our picks. If we match, obviously it goes through. If we do not match, I have a wheel here with both our names. We don't really have another way to actually break a tiebreaker without committing alcohol poisoning. So whichever one it lands on, we both agree whatever one lands on, it's the winner. We may be a little upset because, you would want your cartoon to go through because you think it's better. However, it is what it is. If we had a third person, there'd be our tiebreaker. But we gonna do this. We gonna be gentlemen about it. Little bit of hatred. We gotta keep it funny for y'all.
Oh yeah.
But if you're ready, I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm ready. And yes, I am using Paint because this is the only way we could find. I had to really insert text. If anybody's got an easier way to do this, please let us know. I know there's an easier way to do this. I just couldn't find it. I just starting to get a little frustrated, so we're just going with this way. So bear with us when I'm trying to add text in.
Yeah.
So I'm actually thinking a good way to do it is if we had another it actually printed out with a microphone facing downward, and we could just fill it in that way.
Not really, because you can see our shitty handwriting, and I don't need judgmental on that shit.
I don't.
All right, so we're gonna start off with Cartoon Network, and we're going with probably the number 1 seed of the whole bracket: Batman the Animated Series versus Sylvester and Tweety Mysteries. This is a no-brainer for me. It's Batman. It's one of the greatest. I mean, and we could talk about the shows if we want to a little bit and everything like that. Batman the Animated Series is honestly the most amazing series, best Batman cartoon to have ever been made. All the story, and then you got Kevin Conroy, Mark Hamill, and a bunch of other great characters. actors playing these roles. It's such an amazing show.
As much as I love Sylvester and Tweety growing up as well, Batman was just more.
I don't think that
iconic.
show really carried though. It
was just always literally them two just going at it. So.
But Batman moves on. Next one we go Two Stupid Dogs versus Johnny Bravo. God, I remember both those shows.
Two stupid dogs. Two stupid.
I'm gonna go Two Stupid Dogs.
Okay, well, I guess we're gonna have our first spin. I got Johnny Bravo.
All
I
right.
love Johnny Bravo.
Johnny Bravo's really funny, but Two Stupid Dogs was really fun. Hey, put 'em all. All right, first spin. We have winner. Moving on is Johnny Bravo. Moving on. You can't really go wrong. I mean, it's an iconic Cartoon Network. You just put Johnny or Bravo. Put Bravo. All right, Johnny Bravo. Moving on. All right, it's one of those shows where it's really funny. It's also just like they didn't really do anything much with the names. It's one of those shows that doesn't ever have a different story. It's literally just does whatever.
It was just made to be funny.
Yeah.
This hunk of guy is trying to get a girl, but he can't get any girls.
Yep. Next round or next matchup, we have Cow and Chicken versus Batman Beyond. Oh. Oh God!
Cow and chicken.
Cow and chicken. Mama had a chicken. Mama had a cow. Dad was proud. He didn't care. Not saying I'm gonna pick Cow and Chicken. I'm gonna go with Batman Beyond. It's such an iconic. Are you going Batman?
I'm going Batman Beyond.
Overall was a better cartoon. There was a lot of funny things about Cow and Chicken, but it was really also just kind of messed up. So, Batman Beyond, moving on. Batman Beyond, for those who don't know, is the sequel to the Batman anime series, taken in the future with the new Batman and everything like that. I love that cartoon. That's one I want to go back and rewatch. Such an amazing one. I love their movie Return of the Joker.
That's one we even said we'd love to see in that live action one.
Oh, yeah. Next match.
Take notes, DC.
Take notes, DC, motherfuckers. All right, next matchup. A pup named Scooby-Doo, Animaniacs.
I'm going Scooby-Doo.
There's no we actually just listened to the theme song. Pup named Scooby-Doo has one of the best theme songs in all of cartoons. And we talked about this too. It's really funny how back in our day and when we were young, they really went hard on some theme song. No, that's Scooby-Doo.
Yeah?
Scooby-Doo. That's a B. That's a lowercase b.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I'm like, wait a minute. My bad.
Scooty-Doo-Doo, Scooty. God, that's weird. Pup Named Scooby-Doo, really funny. Actually, one of my favorite Scooby-Doo series. And honestly, just one of the best theme songs. All right.
Yep.
Next up, we have the Powerpuff Girls and Tiny Toons. Tiny Toons being kind of the new generation of Looney Tunes. They're in Acme University learning from the best. I'll let you go first.
Tiny Toons.
I'm kind of thinking the same thing. We're going to go Tiny Toons. Really.
Yeah, I mean, no disrespect to Powerpuff Girls. I would watch it, but I always kind of watched it like if it was on and I was waiting for like something after.
Yeah, it had a lot of good episodes, but it was definitely Tiny Toons was a lot funnier. I still had when I was a kid watched all the time every summer. Their summer vacation movie. I love that movie. It was really funny, comical. It's Looney Tunes, but just a different generation.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's Buster, there's Babs, there's Plucky.
Yeah, Plucky.
Ham. There's some really funny characters. Next matchup, we have Superman, the animated series, versus Courage the Cowardly Dog. Superman. I hated Courage.
I did too. I was not a fan.
That was not.
I thought it was like one of the dumbest things made.
Yeah.
Even though people still today like still rave about it.
Yeah. It's a lot of people that love like horror and mystery and suspense. You love that, but Superman, along with Batman, the animated series, because obviously they're made by the same company and everything like that, but such great stories, such great animation. Superman was awesome. I love the episodes that you saw Darkseid in it because it was just so intense. So Superman the animated series.
Yep.
Next one, kind of easy for me because I actually don't know I don't know one of the shows. It's Freakazoid versus Road Rovers.
Yep.
It's Freakazoid for me. I don't know what Road Rovers are.
Road Rovers was just another pretty much like your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, your Biker Mice from Mars, just a rip off of that kind of thing. But it was dogs that literally had human bodies with dog
when
heads.
When you trying to copy the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, when you trying to copy the Toidles, you're done. Freakazoid.
I could actually go either way this because I enjoyed Freakazoid as well, but you know what? I'm gonna have to do the spinner.
We gonna spin it
because I like both. So
we gonna spin it.
So we're just gonna have to spin it, and let's all go opposite.
Freakazoid. Moving on.
All right, I'm fine with that.
And just so you guys know, Kelly will see the result, so I'm not lying.
Oh, I know you're not gonna lie.
I know there's people in the comments will be like, he lying. Next up, in the final matchup of the Cartoon Network bracket, we have Men in Black the series versus Dexter's Laboratory. Fucking Dexter's was a classic. I love Dexter. I always wanted a lab like that. I would never do science. I hate science. But I got to go Dexter's Laboratory. Great show. A lot of funny episodes. I watched a little bit of Men in Black series, but it was not good. It was not that good.
It literally was not. I remember watching a little bit of it, especially on Saturday mornings, because I think it actually was on WB or
it was on Warner Brothers.
Yeah, one of them. Yeah, I think it was on the WB.
Yeah, Kids WB.
Because I remember what, but yeah, I was just kind of like, but no. Dexter's Laboratory, Didi, get out of my laboratory,
Omelette du fromage. So if anyone wants to know context of why we see a lot of Kids WB shows on Cartoon Network is a property of Warner Brothers, so that's why you see those cartoons on there. So it's a little bit of a mix. So it's pretty much Warner Brothers. So just for everyone's context. So that concludes the Cartoon Network side. We're gonna scroll down to,
or you can finish it off if you want to. Just at least get down to there.
We can do what you said and just go.
Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna go down by each column.
Okay,
that's fine.
Okay.
Yep, click out.
Is it dragged it?
All right. Afternoon cartoon block.
So this looks like a mixture of some different ones. We have a little bit of Disney. We have a little bit of some other stuff. First one, I don't think there's any question. This is not a matchup. Dragon Ball Z versus Quack Pack. Quack Pack being the show about a teenage Huey, Dewey, and Louie and their adventures. But let's fucking face it, folks.
Yeah.
If you pick Quack Pack over DBZ, you gotta have some issue. You need to be talked to. You need Jesus.
I mean, you got to remember too. Some of these hurt us because we like both, but
there's no question.
But there's no
question.
If I had to choose between Quack Pack and DBZ, I'm watching DBZ.
Oh yeah, we're watching it right now.
Yeah.
All right. Next up. Oh God, that show. Samurai Pizza Cats.
I don't remember this one.
I remember this one. And Goof Troop.
Oh, I think you actually showed me the intro to it.
Yes.
I was like, what the heck?
So Samurai Pizza Cats, so people know, it's something that's very similar to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They are cats who are samurais, obviously, but they work in a pizza place. They have these adventures and everything like that. It was on when I was at a babysitter's house and everything like that, and I remember liking it as a kid, but back then, I like a little context about a little history of Kelly and I am a big fan of samurais, of anything samurai. I love learning about the samurais and everything like that. Kelly is that way with pirates. Kind of those different cultures and different, I guess we classify them as warriors that lived, and we've always loved the history of them and everything like that. So I was always fascinated in anything to do with samurai. However, putting it up against Goof Troop is not even close. Goof Troop takes it alone on the intro music. But go ahead.
No, go ahead and finish.
Goof Troop was not only great as the intro music, but it was funnier than hell. Because it's goofy.
Yeah.
It's fucking goofy. He's one of the big three in the Disney world, man. Yuck.
Yeah, I mean, I never recall watching Samurai Cats, so that's why, yeah. My vote has to go with Goof Troop.
Yeah, there's no question.
Plus, yeah, like you said, that intro is a banger.
It's a banger. Oh.
Sorry, guys, if I have it on caps lock, but I'm still used to saying shift.
All right. This is a tough matchup, this next one. It is a Disney iconic Darkwing Duck versus Pokemon.
This one hurts.
And yes, it is pronounced Pokemon, not Pokemon or Pokemon. This one's tough. I want to hear your thoughts.
I love Darkwing Duck as a kid. Used to watch it when it would be on. But I gotta go with Pokemon because I was so heavily into Pokemon back then. I even started rewatching it a while back. But for me, I gotta go with Pokemon, even though, yeah, it hurts me to not pick Darkwing Duck, but yeah. I know, dude. I almost feel like just doing a spinner on this.
We're doing a spinner because I'm picking Darkwing Duck. I'm doing the terror that flaps in the night.
You can't go wrong with either one.
I'm doing the terror that flaps in the night. The
Darkwing Duck.
Ow! When there's trouble, you call DW.
Darkwing Duck. Let's get dangerous.
All right. For Darkwing Duck or Pokemon to move on.
Pokemon.
As we kind of thought, Pokemon moves on. Pikachu, bitch. All right, next matchup. This one is kind of easy for me because I never watched the first one. It is Sailor Moon versus Aladdin. I'm going to go with Aladdin because I didn't really watch Sailor Moon. However, I know Sailor Moon has such a big audience, and I know it's considered an anime, right?
Yes.
It's one of the best animes in ever. I never really watched it, but my pick is going to be Aladdin.
Once again, the Sailor Moon, I actually did watch some of it when it would be on, but it's still, I think because back then, me being a little boy, it was too girly, but I still kind of watched it just to get through, even though it's some action back. But I'm sorry, Aladdin is my favorite Disney movie, so it's you can't go
Aladdin moves on.
I'm sorry. I gotta go with them. That.
Arabian Nights. All right, next matchup we have Yu Yu Hakusho, another anime played on Lot on Toonami, versus Bonkers, a Disney classic in the morning. I remember watching Yu Yu Hakusho, and it's a good show. It'd be Bonkers. That show was funnier than hell.
I never watched Yu Yu Hakusho, but I did watch Bonkers, so it is Bonkers.
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 All right.
Ooh.
Next matchup. This is a pretty good one as
I
well.
got my pick.
I think I know what we're going to pick, so you might as well move them forward. We have Tailspin versus Gundam Wing. Tailspin moves on. There's no question about it. Gundam Wing. Tailspin. Gundam Wing was a very good show that was on Toonami. It's another anime. It's a really good one. However, it's not as memorable as like DBZ, Sailor Moon. Tailspin, though, it's another Disney iconic cartoon starring Jungle Book characters, Baloo flying a plane. You actually just rewatched majority of it.
About a quarter.
Yeah,
of it.
It's really funny, great show, a lot of humor and everything like that. So Tailspin moves on. All right, I gotta see who's winning.
Sorry, we have a Vikings and Giants game going on right now.
Ooh, 31-24, minute 44. It looks like. The Giants may have just won.
Oh shit!
Maybe just sort of something like that.
Another upset.
All right,
but I actually would like to get into Gundam Wing. I remember watching a couple episodes of it, but I would like to start from the original and work up because there's actually so many Gundam Wing seasons, and
that's kind of hard, is because this talks about Gundam Wing, and there's so many different series. It's hard to pick, and it's hard to remember which one.
Gundam Wing. There's Mobile Suit Gundam. There's Gundam X.
Yeah. It's a little different than DBZ because there's Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super, but it's a continuation story, and honestly, those characters are so iconic.
I'm looking up something real quick, but we can go ahead and move on to the next one.
All right, we have actually two that I have never watched, so I'm going to rely on you for this one.
Well,
I'm going to pick one.
Exo Squad, I don't remember, but I want to see what this Ghostbusters one is. If I know which one that one is. This is the remake that they did.
So we have Exo Squad versus Extreme Ghostbusters. This is hard for me because I don't know. I never watched either one of these shows. I'm gonna go with Ghostbusters because I know Ghostbusters is more iconic, and yeah, they got my vote.
Yeah, pretty much Extreme Ghostbusters. It looks like it's pretty much bringing in the next set of Ghostbusters, a younger group from what it looks like. Because they do show the original Ghostbusters characters in here, but then yeah, they show these newer ones as well. And yeah, I don't Exo Squad. I have no idea which one is that. Oh, Exo Squad is another Mobile Suit Gundam. Yeah, these it's a team that looks like a group of guys that yeah they have suits of armor.
Oh,
So I just because it's Ghostbusters, I'm gonna go with Ghostbusters.
yep.
So are we just using my vote for this one?
I said Ghostbusters too.
Okay, I didn't.
I just said I'm gonna go Ghostbusters because of the popularity of the franchise itself. Ghostbusters.
Yeah, Ghostbusters. No, what are you gonna call Ghostbusters?
All right, next matchup. For the last of the afternoon cartoon block, it is Mega Man versus Gargoyles. This one is actually pretty easy. Though I watched Mega Man and loved it as a kid, Gargoyles, like Batman the Animated Series, is just an iconic series. Amazing story. Very God.
You just probably just need to take that off or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it off. I love my watch, but it just gets involved.
Yeah.
But it's so iconic. Goliath is one of my favorite characters of all time. I remember having the VHS
Yep.
of the first episode, and it also had the game involved with it as well.
Yep.
But such a
I had that
great,
too.
it's such a great story. And yeah, I love that darker tone of the story and everything like that. Gargoyles.
Yeah, same from here. I grew up with Gargoyles, a classic in our family. So I think you said you used to watch the Mega Man one.
I did, yes. I watched Mega Man. It's got a really funny theme song. It's a really fun cartoon. However, it's not it doesn't compare to Gargoyles.
No.
All right, so that concludes the afternoon block and everything like that. We are now going to go to Fox Kids and some iconic ones. We have a great matchup: X-Men the animated series versus Tom and Jerry Kids.
X-Men.
X-Men takes the cake. One of Marvel's greatest greatest pictures and everything like that they created, which is actually getting a revamp. The '98 X-Men movie or series coming back to Disney Plus with all the main characters and like that. But that was something that really got me to love X-Men, especially Wolverine.
I mean, I rewatched that when they released it. I think actually I watched it on Netflix when they had it on there. But yeah, I just one of those shows that you had to go back and rewatch.
Yep.
So enjoyable, so great, and I believe it was fairly close to a lot of the comics as well. And it's one of those classic Marvel things you had to watch.
It was also like
but Tom and Jerry Kids, I loved as well. I loved all those back then because
they were fun to watch.
Tom and Jerry was one of those classic cartoons to always watch. I don't remember who created them because I remember watching that.
It was Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah, Hanna-Barbera, and I'm trying to remember the other one. There's two great ones. You guys know who I'm probably talking about. Hanna-Barbera, and there's another one out there that they used to advertise too when they would do this. But anyway.
Moving on. We have Eek the Cat versus Where on Earth is Carmen Sandiego. It's Carmen Sandiego for me.
I don't even know what Eek the Cat is, so yeah, but I do.
It's a Garfield knockoff.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like a purple cat and everything like that. But I'm going to go Where on Earth is Carmen Sandiego. Always a fun show. Killer theme song. I love that damn theme song.
Yeah.
Moving on. Oh, this is no-brainer. I don't even know the other show, but this is my pick to make it to the finals. It's Spider-Man versus Bill and Ted's. Come on. It's Spider-Man.
Yep. I think I may have seen some time of that, but yeah.
Spider-Man is
But
one of the
it's
best.
Spider-Man.
I mean, it actually for me it tops X-Men. It's up there with Batman as one of the best superhero shows. Great, true to the comics, true to the Spider-Man storyline and lore. Amazing, 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 amazing. They reach so many different levels of Secret Wars, the Spider Wars, and all that stuff. I love that movie. I love that show.
Yeah.
All right.
That was one I think I just rewatched, and
You
you
did.
were, and you were started to,
Yep.
or did you finish it?
I did not finish it. I'm gonna go back and do it again.
That's probably like my favorite Spider-Man series of all time.
Oh yeah, I watched the other Spider-Man series. I watched Spectacular Spider-Man and then Ultimate Spider-Man. That's one I haven't because I know that one's really long. But all right, do you have anything else on that one?
No, we're good to move on, brother.
All right, we have Tasmania versus Life with Louie. Tasmania was a show with Tasmanian Devil from the Looney Tunes. Kind of his own. They won.
Giants won.
Attaboy. So it's their own. It was his own project, fun show. It's kind of his family. You know what, man? Give me Tasmania. I love that show.
I think I've heard of
so funny.
I think I've heard of Life of Louie, but I never watched it. But I did watch Tasmania, just because my dad was a big Tasmania fan.
So was my dad, actually, too.
When the thing went, it had a catchy theme song. Tasmania,
down in Tasmania, down in Tasmania.
So I mean, yeah, it's.
I did watch Life of Louie. I did watch Life of Louie. It's a good. It's just Louie. It's like another show we'll see in a little bit. So the next one is Reboot versus Godzilla the series.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Godzilla. I did not like Reboot.
Reboot was actually more for like the nerdy, geeky guy people.
Yeah.
So if you were into like the computer stuff, actually, that was for you. I remember bits and pieces about it. It was mostly about these guys that would come in and help the user win a game, or I think it was either one or the other, where they were playing as the NPCs. When the games would come in, they would try to defeat the user because something would happen. There would always be a positive or negative effect based on how the outcome of the game to their world. I thought about going back and rewatching that one to see how that one turned out, because I remember it actually jumps ahead where because the main character all of a sudden disappears and like kids that are gonna grow up. But Godzilla, I'm trying to remember which Godzilla that series is.
So that's the one based out of the 1998 Godzilla.
That's not the one. That's not the one that has Godzuki in it. Or was that one before? He had there was one with Godzilla, but he had a little baby dragon like his kid with a group of people.
No.
Mom and dad and the kid, and they had Godzuki. So
No. I don't remember that far, but this is the one that was right after the Matthew Broderick movie that came out. The remake of Godzilla, the one that looks like a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Okay.
And everything like that. So this one they work with Godzilla and he stops all these other kaijus and he's kind of the hero and everything like that. And obviously the military's like, we still gotta kill Godzilla, and Nicholas Tatopoulos. Nick Tatopoulos. I remember that name. It just actually came to my mind. He's working with Godzilla and this team to portray that Godzilla is a hero and everything like that. So I don't like both of these shows aren't the greatest in the world, but I'm gonna go with Godzilla over Reboot.
You know, I will as well. I do remember watching that one, but not very much. But I do remember because I was kind of a Godzilla fan, especially the early whatever one. Like I said, I probably watch more Reboot, but I can't remember all the story.
Yeah.
So, you know what? So we don't have to do a spinner. We'll just go Godzilla.
Yeah. And again, a lot of these shows might not make it to the next round. And holy shit, I see a matchup that's going to happen. And oh my God, it's going to be a tough matchup. We have the Tick versus Casper. It's the Tick. Tick was so damn funny.
Good. Yep, it was. Casper the Friendly Ghost was okay.
Tick was such a different take on superhero stuff. It was like realism of superhero, but it was so funny. I think it was Patrick Warburton was actually the Tick. He was so funny.
Well, that was when they did the
live action movie, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't remember if he actually did it or anything like that. The next one, easy for me because I don't know the second show. It's Beast Wars, which is a Transformers pretty much property story, which we'll see a movie in that coming up. Versus the Pirates of the Dark World.
You're gonna have to spin for this one because I like both of them, and I really like the Pirates of Darth Water, especially the guy. I don't remember his name, but when he would say "Chungo Lungo,"
What the hell?
Yeah, I was a
Chungalunga.
Chungalunga.
All right, so
Chungalunga,
Beast Wars versus Pirates of the Dark Water.
I would actually highly recommend watching that show. Like, I do remember.
Oh, by the hair of the
I'm-
chinny chin chin, we going with Beast Wars, baby.
I mean, you can go either one here.
I've never
For me, I can go either one.
Yeah,
but
I've never seen Pirates, so I don't have a saying in that.
I think you should watch that one. I think you might enjoy that one.
Yeah, Beast Wars though is one of my favorite. That was actually the one that got me into Transformers, because I didn't watch G1. I watched that. Next up, we have I don't even know that show. Sea Bear and Jamal versus Bobby's World. I'm taking Bobby's World because it's the only one I know.
Yeah, Bobby's World is the only one I know too. I don't know what that one is.
Yeah, so Bobby's World moves on. All right.
That completes the Fox Kids.
Now we go into a company. Actually, that's wrong. Recess is not Nickelodeon, you assholes. All right, we are moving on to the Nickelodeon side. We have
maybe back then it was before Disney got a hold.
Maybe we have SpongeBob SquarePants versus Little Bill. It's SpongeBob.
I don't even know what Little Bill is.
Yeah, it's SpongeBob. SpongeBob is one of the greatest cartoons to make, especially the early run. So SpongeBob easily takes the cake. Moving on.
Even though I really don't care for SpongeBob, I mean,
you're not really a big Nickelodeon fan.
I watch some, but yeah, I know a lot of these shows. I know a good portion of these shows, but
you had Bobby moved all the way up. Bobby moved there. Yeah.
Hold on, folks.
You just type in again. Beast
yeah,
Wars.
I'm just gonna type. Good.
While you do that, I'm gonna go on the next game.
I took away my bold lettering. Hi guys. I don't know what I hit to do that. I think he caught that, otherwise, yeah. SpongeBob for this. SpongeBob, alright.
Okay.
I don't know what happened there.
I saw it earlier, but when we don't click out of that right away and we scroll down, it takes it with us.
I'm
So
not surprised.
next matchup, we have Wild Thornberries versus Cat Dog.
Cat Dog is actually the only one I've really ever seen, so
Cat Dog moves on.
I know that's your favorite.
That is one of my favorite shows. Oh, that show is so damn funny. Next matchup, we have Hey Arnold versus the Angry Beavers.
Okay.
I am going to go Hey Arnold. I rewatched that a couple years ago. I love that show. It's so funny. It's so got a lot of great stories and like that. The characters are so iconic. Angry Beavers was fun to watch every now and then, but I just was not a big fan.
Funny, I was the opposite. I did not care for Hey Arnold that much, but I did enjoy the Angry Beavers, so we got a spinner.
Spin it. Angry Beavers moves on.
Sweet. The Beavers.
The Beavers. All right, next matchup we have Recess versus Kablam.
I have no idea what Kablam is.
Kablam was what was it was kind of a weird show. It was like made with like little cartoons, like stop motion animation and stuff like that. I'm gonna go Recess. It's more iconic. I don't remember Kablam too much. I just remember it was on late at night and everything like that on Nickelodeon. So Recess, some great iconic characters. I think you said your dad liked that show.
Yeah, for some reason he got rid. I didn't much care for it myself. But yeah, for some reason my dad enjoyed it. I don't know why. By the way, my dad was a big cartoon fan. It doesn't matter how old you are. He even still this day enjoys cartoons.
Hey, no matter how old you are, if you enjoy cartoons, way to go. Next up, we have Ren and Stimpy versus Rocket Power.
What's Rocket Power?
Rocket Power, I actually just rewatched this when I first got Paramount Plus. So what Rocket Power is that it is it's a show about 4 kids and they're skateboarders and they do like the extreme sports and like that, and they're going through life and everything like that. I'm going to go Rocket Power. I never watched Ren and Stimpy. I was not allowed to as a kid.
I remember seeing a few of Ren and Stimpy, so that's the only one I can do. So we'll have to do
yeah.
that. a spin on that one.
Spin?
Yeah.
Okay. I will do that. And Ren and Stimpy move on.
All right. Up next, we have Arthur versus Doug.
Oh. I'm gonna go Doug.
I'm actually gonna go Doug as well because I think I watched more Doug than I did Arthur.
Yep, Doug was more iconic. Arthur was just, it was on PBS.
It was more for younger.
Yeah. We have Rocco's Modern Life versus Rupert. It's Rocco's because I don't know what Rupert is. And
Sounds familiar, but yeah.
Rocco's was on Nickelodeon. It was funny. So give me Rocco's.
Yeah, I gotta go Rocco too. We're watching that one.
Yep.
Okay, and last one.
We have Rugrats versus Little Bear. Little Bear, another show that was primarily on Nick Jr. and PBS. More of a kids. Rugrats, way too iconic. A lot of fun stories. So I'm gonna go with the Rugrats.
Yeah, same here. Even though I had another one I did not care. I actually thought Rugrats was stupid when I was younger. I didn't care to watch it. But
Yeah.
it's
better than
I
Little
did
Bear.
watch some of it, but yeah, Little Bear was already like too kid for me when I was
Yeah. So all right, that's done with the first round. We're gonna move on to the second round. Going back up to Cartoon Network, we have Batman versus Johnny Bravo. My pick is the same. It is Batman.
Yeah, it's still Batman for me.
All right, next matchup is Batman Beyond versus a pup named Scooby-Doo. And this might be an upset, but I'm going to go with pup named Scooby-Doo.
I'm gonna go with too because
if I had to choose which one to watch, I would rather watch Scooby-Doo.
yeah,
It's funny.
I enjoyed Scooby Doo. I was a big Scooby Doo fan when I was younger,
Me too.
and yeah,
And plus, if I had to, Batman the animated series trumps Batman Beyond. I love Batman Beyond.
I was gonna say if it came down to that, which Batman, you got to go with the original animated series.
But Pup Named Scooby-Doo is so funny on how they treated the characters and everything like that. So moving on, we have Tiny Toons versus Superman. I kind of have to go Tiny Toons.
I'm actually gonna go Superman.
All right, we're gonna spin the wheel.
Either one is good, but yeah, I'm leaning towards the Superman.
Well, the wheel likes you. Superman moves on.
Superman.
I was really leaning towards Superman, but I was kind of wanting not to do like all superheroes because that's my thing. But it's like I enjoyed both of them.
Yep.
Next up, we have Freakazoid and Dexter's Laboratory. Dexter moves on.
Yep, Dexter for both of us.
All right, so now we have the first round 2 matchup of the next bracket. It is Dragon Ball Z versus Goof Troop. DBZ.
Thank you, DBZ. I was like, he's probably gonna go with his Goof Troop.
I love Goof Troop, but DBZ is just to enjoy it now is still it's still the thing.
Yeah.
Next matchup is Pokemon versus Aladdin. Pokemon. You won't make me spin the wheel. You gonna do that to Pikachu. You gonna do that to Pikachu.
You gotta spin the wheel. I can't. I gotta go Aladdin. But both are great though.
Well, Pika, motherfucker. We moving on.
I'm fine with that. All
right. Next up, we have Tailspin versus Bonkers. I'm gonna go Tailspin.
I'm going Tailspin as well.
We have some great matchups coming up, man. All right, and the final matchup of this second round in the afternoon cartoon block, we have Ghostbusters and Gargoyles. I don't think there's any question. It's Gargoyles.
Yep, it's Gargoyles. Especially with it was called the Extreme Ghostbusters, which I don't remember.
Both of us never watched it, so we had to look it up. So, going into Fox Kids, X-Men versus Carmen Sandiego. There's no question. Unless you want to pick the other one. It's X-Men.
X-Men.
All right.
I mean, we're almost gonna have to do like a Marvel DC bracket.
Exactly.
The way this is going.
All right. Next up,
I don't think we need to.
we gonna set ourselves up for a hell of a matchup next round. But it's Spider-Man.
It is Spider-Man. I love you, Taz. I love you, Taz.
Taz is amazing, but it's Spider-Man. All right, next matchup we have Godzilla versus the Tick. I'm going Tick.
I'm going Tick as
Tick
well.
was funny.
Yep.
And then Beast Wars versus Bobby's World. I'm going Beast Wars.
I'm going Beast Wars as well because, yeah,
it's more iconic. It's better than Bobby's World.
I grew up with Transformers.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Oh, matchup of the year for Nickelodeon: Cat Dog versus SpongeBob
So
SquarePants.
I hate to say this, you're gonna have to pick this because I don't care for SpongeBob and I don't remember so much Cat Dog. But
You gotta make a pick. You gotta make a pick.
I will go Cat Dog because that's one I do remember watching because I don't care for SpongeBob actually.
Well, I hate to say this to all you SpongeBob fans, but Cat Dog is moving on.
Moving on.
All right, next up we have Angry Beavers and Recess. I'm gonna go Beavers. It was funnier. The Angry Beavers was funny.
Yeah, actually, if you think about it, yeah, it was.
It was
smart.
comical.
Recess was just all about the problems of these young kids and
It's
Like, how do
fun
they
for
solve
Recess and everything like that. Next up we have Ren and Stimpy and Doug. I am gonna go Doug.
Doug as well.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna go Stimpy.
No, I only watched like a few episodes of that, but I think I've seen more Doug.
Yeah. Finally, Rugrats versus Rocko's Modern Life. Do I need to do the wheel?
It depends. Do you actually have a preference, or do you?
I do have a preference.
What's your preference?
My preference is Rugrats.
I think Rugrats has to move on. Honestly,
You think Rugrats has to move on?
I think Rugrats is more iconic, more
All right.
Rocco. So, yep.
The babies are moving on.
All right,
We're moving quickly on this, but now it gets to some fun matchups. Starting with going back to Cartoon Network in I guess this would be the Sweet 16. We have Batman versus a pup named Scooby-Doo. Scooby, I love you. I love your theme song. I love you. I love the Scooby Gang. It's fucking Batman, though.
You're gonna have to spin the wheel.
Really?
I gotta go with Scooby.
You really?
Dude, I'm big.
This could be an
Scooby-Doo.
upset right here. If Scooby moves on, this is an upset.
I think whoever
Batman-
wins this is gonna win this whole cartoon bracket.
Oh, in the Cartoon Network. I think so too. We're going to set it right here. Moving on. Batman, the animated series.
Sorry, Scoob. I tried.
Like I said, I love you, Scooby, but Batman, I grew up with Batman. You know what? For shits and giggles, we have Superman versus Dexter's Laboratory. We doing it right. Fucking Zack Snyder. Give me Superman.
Gotta spin again, man, because I gotta go with my Dexter. I'm sorry. That show had too many funny moments.
And as Kelly could see, Superman moving on.
This is where, like you said, we need like a third person help with the tiebreaker.
Hey man, the wheel is the wheel, okay?
Now we got Batman versus Superman. What the fuck?
That's what it's supposed to be, okay?
I know.
And now for all you anime fans, this is a tough matchup. This is going to break Kelly. DBZ, Pokemon. I have my pick. I want to hear Kelly's first.
This hurts. This hurts.
Oh, it does hurt. Trust me, it hurts me. But I have a clear winner.
I think I'm going to have to go with Pokemon because I was way more involved in it back in the 90s than I was DBZ.
You're going Pokemon?
I'm going Pokemon.
Then you and I are going to press the wheel together. Because I'm going DBZ.
I can't go wrong, but goddamn.
1, 2, 3. Moving on. DBZ.
Can't go wrong, though. That's the problem.
Finally, in the last part of the afternoon cartoon block, Tailspin versus Gargoyles. I'm going Gargoyles.
Gargoyles, yep. If you have not watched that at all,
Go back and watch it.
go watch that, yeah.
On Disney Plus. Amazing show.
Yes. It actually,
Now,
especially when you get in later in the show.
The next, and probably my hardest one,
This is
X-Men versus Spider-Man. Do you want to go first or should I go first?
Go ahead. I went first last time, so.
I'm going Spider-Man. Do we need to do it?
Yes, we have to.
We have to do it?
I love them both.
They're both really good. Oh, no! X-Men moves on.
Yeah.
Oh, Spider-Man, I'm with you to the end, Spider-Man.
I'll go down with you.
I'll go down with you. All right.
This one I'm already going to say Beast Wars.
Yeah, I'm going to go Beast Wars.
All right.
I really was kind of contemplating about, was the Tick better than Beast Wars? Like, no, it really wasn't.
I mean, if you go back and watch it now, it's kind of hard to watch because that animation
It was terrible.
was like, yeah.
But if you were a Transformers fan, like, it's more fit for you because it does play into the Optimus Prime and the story, and
yeah,
it's great and everything like that. Tick, the humor gets old after a while, I'd imagine.
Well, because you just expect, Tick to always do something stupid, say stupid stuff, and Moth,
Exactly.
trying to, literally trying to fucking.
So I kind of have a funny feeling I know what's. Oh God, Cat Dog versus Angry Beavers. I'm gonna go Cat Dog.
I'm gonna go Cat Dog as well.
Cat Dog moves on, baby. All right. And then the final matchup of the Nickelodeon Elite Eight, we have our Sweet 16. We have Doug and Rugrats.
I'm going Doug again because, like I said, I don't care for Rugrats.
We going to the wheel, baby. I go Rugrats. Doug moves on.
As it should.
All right. Now
All
the
right.
Elite Eight going to the Final Four. The winner of the Cartoon Network.
I don't
bracket.
think there's no question.
There is no question. He kicked his ass in the comics. He kicked his ass in Batman v Superman. And he's kicking his ass now. Batman.
Yeah, you have to.
All right. Winner of the afternoon cartoon block. I don't think it's a competition. But it sounds like you may think we may go to the wheel. My pick is Dragon Ball Z.
Yep, I'm going with DBZ on this
Dragon
one.
Ball Z. Moving on, baby. God damn. Here's my pick, though. The winner of Batman Dragon Ball Z is winning it all. Calling it right now.
All right.
Next up, I don't think this is a question for me. X-Men, Beast Wars. X-Men is my pick.
X-Men is my pick as well.
X-Men winning the Fox Kids section. Going to the final matchup, we have Cat Dog versus Doug for the Nickelodeon title. You know where I stand. One's a cat, the other's a dog. Put together for Cat Dog.
I feel like Cat Dog deserves it more. I think they were a bit more funnier than Doug.
Cat Dog moving on.
Because wasn't Doug mostly just like
It was
A
more of like a
life
life story and everything like that with a lot of humor and everything like that. Now, hold on.
like real life problems and
Yeah.
stuff?
So before we go into the Final Four, before we do that side, I think we should just do this side first. Because I think this side's easier.
Which one?
X-Men versus Cat Dog. Let's
Okay.
do that first. I have my pick.
I have my pick as well.
And I think we both can say X gonna give it to you.
X gonna give it to you.
X-Men moves on to the finals.
Yep.
There's no question. It's such a better show. It's got the humor and everything like that, but it's one of Marvel's
Most iconic animated series.
took up my Spider-Man, but it's all right. I love you, X-Men. To a great matchup here, and I think that it can come down to a winner. Batman versus Dragon Ball Z. Do you want to go first, or do I want to go? Do you want me?
I almost feel like we just need to spin the wheel for this one.
Who are you thinking?
I'm going with DBZ.
I love Dragon Ball Z, but Batman was my child.
Because honestly, yeah, you're looking. Yeah, I think because honestly, Because I'm thinking like where DB is now, and it's still going. Where Batman is just that series is done. It's had different variations come and go.
But the thing is, like, what it brought and what like the culture.
I will say this: DBZ captured me more back then than Batman. That's gonna be my argument.
Mine is different. Mine is vice versa. Batman was more iconic to me than DBZ. I do love DBZ. It's my favorite anime, and I just watched Super, and I'm rewatching DBZ with you. I love it. It's definitely a lot more. It keeps you more on your toes than Batman because Batman's got a more slower tone.
Yeah.
But it's such a great story, and I'm sorry, Kevin Conroy, may you rest in peace.
Yeah.
As the voice of Batman is the most iconic. But not only that, Mark Hamill as the fucking Joker, man.
Oh yeah.
But we go into the wheel on this.
We gotta do.
And
I'm not gonna be upset.
I'm not gonna be upset.
But yeah,
I'm upset that we have to have this matchup.
You can't go wrong with
it. I'm upset that this is not the finals matchup. I'm sorry, this is the final four, not the championship, because I think both these should be the finals. But the winner of Batman DBZ is Batman. Yo. All right.
Go figure. We have Marvel versus DC.
Marvel versus DC. Now, I'm gonna let you go first. But before we do that, let's talk about how much we love both.
I think we've expressed how much we love.
I know, but
both,
for the final, let's what really was like some of our favorite moments we loved of each one. So I think for me, I still go back to with the X-Men. I love the different stories that they kind of went from Magneto to the Sentinels to Mr.
It wasn't
Sinister.
just like one villain. It wasn't just like a certain set. They bounced around. They brought in, other characters as well from the Marvel Universe at times. But yeah, I mean, they expanded, not outside of, like New York City and all that. They went into space. Other universes.
The Phoenix Force. They did the story with the Phoenix.
Sinister Six.
What I also loved of the X-Men was that, yes, the primary character... So my favorite character of the X-Men always is Wolverine. But one thing I really loved is that they really brought out majority of the other characters. Like, this is the best Cyclops we've ever seen. The best Jean Grey we've ever seen. The best Storm we've ever seen.
Yeah.
And that's even including live action. Though I love the live action first cast. First class was definitely good, but the first original X-Men, I really enjoyed. But the characters in this, majority of them, because I never liked Jubilee. She was annoying as hell. But the casting was so great, and the voice actors, the stories, and everything like that. So X-Men is great. Now going to Batman, same thing. You brought in everything out, so you didn't focus on the Joker a lot. You focused on everybody. You had all your iconic villains of Penguin, Two-Face, Riddler, Mr. Freeze, Bane, which I will say...
Even the mobsters with Falcone and Maroni.
And Salvatore, and Celestio and everything like that. Yeah. One thing I will say this, though. One of the stories I always loved of the Batmans is not actually the Joker ones. It was the Mr. Freeze stories. Because they really, truly showed the character of Mr. Freeze, where he is a villain, but his sole purpose is to get back his wife.
Oh, yeah.
And that's something, for me, that was so... Like, I really loved watching those. And obviously, one of my favorite things of Batman, the animated series, was producing two great movies. One in particular, The Mask of the Phantasm, which was amazing. And everything like that. So, a true superhero battle, Marvel versus DC. So, Kelly, who is your pick?
X-Men.
Okay. Now, if anyone knows me, I love Marvel. I think the only Marvel show that would have ever beaten Batman was Spider-Man. So for that...
Spider-Man probably back then, yes. It's probably the only thing that could probably beat
it.
Could beat this Batman.
I'm gonna pick Batman.
Oh,
So we're going to the wheel.
we're gonna let fate decide.
We're gonna let fate decide. X-Men, Batman. Kelly, this has been a great bracket. Whoever wins, wins. Can't go wrong with either show. I still stand by. I will always choose Marvel over DC. I think Spider-Man would have been my pick to beat Batman. Which is probably funny. You probably would have done the opposite. You would probably pick Batman over Spider-Man. So, for the winner of the Cartoon 90s bracket, your winner is the X-Men, the animated series. There is nothing wrong with that final pick and everything like that. We let fate decide, which was truly remarkable. You couldn't go wrong with either one of these shows, like we talked about. X-Men, very iconic, one of Marvel's greatest shows, still this day, to the point where they're bringing it back and everything like that. Kevin Conroy and Batman. Kevin Conroy, may you rest in peace. Thank you for the wonderful time you did as Batman. But the winner, X-Men. Which, honestly, kind of makes sense. They had a better theme song, too. So, what were your thoughts on the bracket? What are your, how'd you feel about the bracket? Do you think we were fair?
I think this bracket was nearly perfect because it actually gave us pretty much all cartoons that we have seen, except for, like 3 maybe we didn't, between us, we really didn't see together.
Yeah, I would have replaced some of the ones we didn't see.
That's what I mean. Some that we could have replaced because we just never seen.
Yeah.
Either individually or both. Otherwise, I think it was good overall.
Like, I think the one I could have changed is the Extreme Ghostbusters and Exos for, like, DuckTales. Like, and I'm just saying, the only thing I wish was on here, but it was more of an 80s cartoon than a 90s one. Motherfucker.
Turtles.
But we'll never know and everything like that. But this is the best of the 90s cartoon. Let us know what you guys think. Let us know who you would have picked.
Yeah, do this back yourselves. You guys can find this if you just
see if you agree with us, disagree with us. Like we said, a lot of these we let the fate decide, and the wheel was fair. Kelly can vouch. We hit the spinner. There was no guaranteed winner, and everything like that. I think, honestly, I know a lot of people are going to probably say some controversy that like SpongeBob should have went all the way and everything like that because SpongeBob is more iconic. This is our picks and everything like that. And like we said, this was hard on some occasions. X-Men versus Spider-Man was a very tough one. Pup New Scooby-Doo versus Batman, another one that you could have gone either way. For anime lovers, Pokemon versus Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, that was really close to being Pokemon winning, and everything like that. But let us know what you guys think and everything like that. We're going to start doing more brackets. We're going to start thinking about what other ones we can do and everything like that. Let us know what you guys think. Obviously, like, subscribe. Come on, do it, buddy.
It's your thing.
Punch that notification bell. Thank you guys for tuning in and everything like that. Remember, we have some more videos, like another edition of Super Mario Monday with our Mario Party. Coming out. We have one coming up Monday and everything like that.
Well, probably by the time this is released, that will be out. Because this is Sunday, that will be coming out tomorrow. So this will be probably coming out on Tuesday.
Yeah,
for you guys.
Have part 2 of the Mario Monday coming out the following Monday and everything like that. Plus, as always, we are going to be doing our football podcast and everything like that. It's not really a podcast; it's more of just a live show because we're on YouTube and everything like that. Which we have kind of a fun thing going with there. Obviously, with football being kind of short and everything like that. But, as always, thank you guys for tuning in. Kelly, you got anything?
No, this is really fun. We've been talking about doing this. Like I said, we're looking for some other brackets. We also got, other things like Ryan said coming up as well that we got all these ideas that we, that we are like, yes, we're doing that. Let's do that. Just like we were just sitting out here watching football and Ryan asked me, this thing. And I'm like, well, so yeah, let's do this. And then I'm like, we need to turn this into a show.
Exactly.
Because I think it would be really great to share. It's one of those ones where you get to express, our thoughts on this individual topic. And there's some controversy to it, but otherwise it's our own opinion.
Yeah.
And it's stuff like that it's going to be fun. It's fun.
This was a lot of fun, guys, and thank you again. As always, the quote, semi-quote, from DBZ.
I was saying you should actually quote the winner.
Oh,
I think it would be more appropriate. We go out with a quote from the
X-Men?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of one.
Until next time.
No, I got it.
It's
one of my favorite X-Men quotes. It's adamantium tasting time, boys. From Wolverine.
I was gonna say you're gonna do something with Bub at the end, or
No, anime. That quote I just said was one of my favorite ones from the series. It was in one of the very first episodes, and like that, and it's when he's fighting the Sentinels. And he's chasing her like it's adamantium tasting time, boys. Then he gets shot. It's really funny. So
okay, Bub.
All right, Bub. We're the best at what we do, and what we do is really funny, actually. So, and as always, we're going to send it out the proper way. Kame and a hame. Send it on mame.
Thank you, everybody. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.